Hello and welcome to the FieldCraft server. My name is Weird and Bearded, and as you can see, the mountain has been dug out. Wow, that intro took some time to do. That was about 3 weeks of digging. Bearing in mind, that section was already dug out. So from about here, 3 weeks of digging, all the way to the back. 3 hours of editing. But I am very happy with this. Don't say I don't do anything nice for you. Look what I did. This is what the inside of a mountain looks like. I swear it's bigger. It does not look this big from outside. The thing is, currently, this little hole here is my only way out. And I did say that I was going to be putting a door in this area. So I think it's about time we did that. Apparently, a nice wooden door isn't good enough for you lot. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Fine, I'll go make a proper door. Let me gather some materials. So, everything has been collected. I've got everything I need in this nice little shulker box. I've got another shulker box, that's just the stuff I've been digging out. As you can see, I have covered a large section in obsidian. I've also dug out some areas where I'm going to be laying down some redstone, some components, and this is just a bit of an air gap. I'll fill that back in later. Also, on the outside, over where we're going to be entering from, we have a nice little button. And I'm going to start off with our input line. So I'm going to need some dust. I'll take all the repeaters and observer. That should be enough for now. So that button comes in under here. This is the plank that it's on. We're just going to take the line right the way to the end, add a repeater, then we're going to ignore this section. This section's for later. We're going to go straight on up to there, and I now need to get back on top so I can actually do things. Make myself a little staircase out. So we're going into 3 repeaters on full delay. Full delay. There we go. I'm doing terribly at this. There we go. So they go into a nice line of redstone that is going to be feeding into a load of target blocks. So the target blocks redirect the redstone line, so all of these blocks will be powered when that button is pressed, and they will turn all of these torches off. These are going to be powering some stone. So let's grab some stone out of the stuff I dug out just. And I will also grab the regular pistons. So a line of stone being activated, and then on top of that, pistons facing this way. Let me get the rest of those in, figure out what the next line is. So that line of pistons is now in place. I want to make sure I am testing as I go. So we're going to be adding another button over here. So this is going to be for our exit. And we should see they all retract and then push back out again. Wonderful. Then down here, off of this line, we add an observer. Then I want to get some more redstone dust coming there. 2 repeaters on 1 tick and then 1 on 3. This is going to go out into another line of redstone, which is going to feed into another line of target blocks. And then on top of that, we're going to have a load of sticky pistons, which are going to be a little more annoying to place, but oh well. And then on top of each sticky piston, once I get the last few in, there we go, we're going to have some observers. So here we're going to be having, well, essentially the entire thing is going to be a massive flying machine. We're going to have a flying machine take out part of the mountain. That is going to be the door. So we have those observers down there just to activate some pistons before everything starts, so that we don't get anything crashing into each other. So once again, I press the button and they go up a couple times. That doesn't matter so much. As long as they go up for once, that is fine. Now, you saw that there were 2 ticks of delay there. That's because we're going to be doing another set of those on top. Let me figure out the specifics of that. I cannot remember. I know it comes up somewhere around here. So we're going to take another line off of here. Once it comes out of this point, we're going to add a repeater on 1 tick. Again, I'm trying to make sure these total timings match with this line. So we'll take it off to the side, and then we want to climb up. So we're going to use glass just to make the climb a bit easier. Something like this. This seems to be working, except that block placed weirdly. And then we can go into some stone. Oh, I'm at the roof. This is problematic. We're going to have to break through and replace that. Oh, I didn't realise I was going up quite this high. So once we are at the top, we're going to bring this line round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks, and then back in. So let's get the redstone down there. We'll want to have another repeater, probably here, just make sure the line, basically make sure the redstone can travel up. I've not been counting how much redstone I've been placing. And then there, we want another repeater on 3 ticks. There we go. Ooh. That's going to have to move. Have I built this right? Let me check. I have not built this right. I have not built this right at all. We can get rid of all of these blocks, which I'm now going to have to go back down to collect. We're also coming out 1 further, and I will do my best to put that back. So we came out to here. That block would have been there if I was to crash into it. That should be right. Let's collect all of those and continue and pretend that none of this happened. I was right the entire time. The entire time. Get away from my redstone. Get away from my redstone. Thank you. So everything was fine and nothing went wrong. And nothing went wrong. We brought the redstone up and around here. It now goes into a long line of redstone. We did have to remove a snow block here. Oh well. But once again, this stretches the same distance as the obsidian down there. Beneath that, if I can place these, I probably can't. Let's grab some more stone and use it as scaffolding. Go, go, gadget scaffolding. Bam! So now we're up here, we can get a line of sticky pistons in underneath. I'm going to hold shift because otherwise, let's be honest, I'm going to fall off this bit of stone. So we have our line of sticky pistons. Once again, these are all going to face into observers, and then we will do a test. You know what? Let's be brave. I'm going to fall off at the end, definitely. Oh, no, I managed to stay on. Not that it matters, I need to take this bit down anyway. But once this comes down, then I can do another test, and then we're on to the fun stuff. So, and as you can see, those activate at exactly the same time as these activate, which is perfect. Now all that's left to do is building flying machines, which is why I am left with just these blocks and a bit of glass. If anybody knows why I've been left with a bit of glass, please explain, because I do not understand how that happened. So let's grab a bit of everything. By a bit of everything, I mean let's grab everything. Just trying to make sure it's in sensible locations for placing. There we go. And let's start building up some flying machines. So we're going to start off with the ones being activated over here. I'm not going to be testing these yet, because I need to have both the main bits of flying machine at the same time before I can do any testing. But we start off with an observer going into a sticky piston. They are connected with some slime. Then this goes into 4 long slime. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have an observer at the end, not quite that far at the end, but an observer there going into a redstone lamp, going into another observer, going into a sticky piston. So the idea of this is that when it crashes against something, this observer will still turn that lamp on, and when that lamp turns off, it's going to activate the flying machine again, so it will self-return. And then we have a sticky piston there with an observer on top facing into it. And now I need to repeat that all the way across, alternating between slime and honey. Those are all now built up. So I've put a temporary block here just so we can jump up and see. We've got the nice alternating green and yellowy orange of the slime blocks and the honey blocks. I've also, as a temporary measure, added in a line of obsidian so that I can activate this. We can make sure it's all working. We can get more of an idea of how it's working. And then I'm going to have to spend some time digging up the obsidian, but I'm doing this for you. So you can see this machine, and then we'll add the second set of flying machines. So then it gets to the end and self-returns, and then these pistons are out because you can't push a piston that is extended. So that will always stop the machines, and then we can simply retract the pistons to activate the observer again. So it's a nice way to have a blocker and an activator all in one. And you would have also seen they're all going at exactly the same time. Let's just watch that once more. And we need the synchronicity for this door to work, particularly for this door to look good. So now I need to dig up that obsidian, and then we can start working on the next bit of machinery. And yes, I was just about to try to press that button to stop the recording instead of the button on my keyboard. So the next machines, much like the last ones, are going to all be running next to each other using alternating slime and honey blocks. We start off with an observer facing into a sticky piston. So you'll see when these observers go up, the sticky piston will activate, spitting out any blocks it is currently holding. Well, then we go on top and do a line of 5 going backwards. Then we go up 2 and across 1. So we end up with this kind of elongated C shape. I would go down to show you, but then I'd have to get back up here. You'll see it once I finish this machine. Then we have another observer sticky piston combination. Let's do a temporary slime block here, which I can pick up later. I also need to make sure we have some obsidian in the back, as that will stop these machines going back any further. Plus, we're going to have some obsidian up here. And I'll be honest with you, I can't really remember why. That may be an artifact of a previous design. So I am not going to include it, and going to hope that it works without this obsidian, because I see no reason for that being there. So yes, heading back down, we have obsidian and sticky piston. That's not true. We have the observer and the sticky piston in 2 places. We have the elongated C, the obsidian behind, And now I just got to repeat that another 18 times. And now the last thing we need to do for this main bit of the machine to work is add in some stopper blocks. So we want to basically cause this machine to stop, which will cause this machine to crash, and then they will both retract together, and we are going to put those on top of here. So if I just quickly take these right to the back, and I shouldn't be falling off at the end, then this should all work quite nicely. So we see those those pistons all activated at the same time. It just goes forwards a little way, then comes back a little way. That is all we need. Forwards a little way, and then back a little way. So now, with the rest of my slime blocks and honey blocks, I've just got to connect this mountain up. Now, obviously, I've already done this in my testing world. Otherwise, I wouldn't know if this door would even work. There's really no point in me showing how it's going to happen. It's quite a convoluted web, and it really depends on what your mountain looks like. I've had to change the layout slightly. I've made as few changes as I could. So let me get all of those in. And then we should see this thing fully working. Now this is where everything can go wrong, because now everything's in place. I've tested the basic bits, but realistically it's where all the sticky blocks stick to things that things are likely to go wrong. I have adjusted the landscape appropriately. You can still see somewhere, so up there you can see some of the dirt still haven't changed to grass. Let's give this a try. Hopefully it works. If I click the button. There we go. So now we have a nice way into our mountain. And then I can press this button. And it all closes back up again. So I think I'm going to cover up this stonework. At some point I need to decorate this, but that is a problem for the future. And then we'll be all done for today. The stonework's all covered up. I've also covered up the hole that was around here, wherever it was. Probably, no, it's already been covered up with grass. But I don't need that anymore. I now have a proper exit. You can also see here just how convoluted my sticky blocks had to be. That would be from where I was doing the landscaping up above. And now we have our nice, easy way in and out of here. I love this thing so much. The fact that it just pulls away an entire section of the mountain, and all at the same time. That was the important thing for me. I didn't want it to be pulling bits out here and there. It all had to go at once. It looks so smooth. And the redstone is not too bad to do. But that, I'm afraid, is all I have time for today. I mean, I've been digging up this mountain. There's been a lot of effort into this. But also, I'm away next week. So I need to do some pre-recording. I've got another episode to record. I've got to get all of this edited. I don't even know how long it's been. This may have been a regular episode length. But thank you all for watching. Please leave a like. Please subscribe to all the regular YouTubey things, and I will see you all next time. Bye!